Well, welcome to another happy hour with Mike and Kim. Hello, Kim.
Hey, I was putting on small.
Well, it looks like we're set up for a blind right away. It doesn't look like we're doing a review. You know what?
You know what? It looks different to me.
I'm not doing it.
What?
I'm not doing this blind. I'm tired of blinds. I'm not doing
Well,
it.
we wasted all this bourbon.
Oh, I'm not doing it until you do the blind. Switcheroo Thursday.
What?
Well, this is different. I usually don't sit over here.
This is weird.
Does that make me the lovely assistant?
I don't know what we're doing.
That makes me the lovely
I'm
assistant.
completely lost.
I had this idea that, you know, I do so many blinds and I've got so many samples from Mr. Dave Vogelsang, and I had a few ones that I've tasted, but they're kind of like duplicate samples, and I go like, I'll bet you Kim hasn't tasted most of these. So we're gonna put Dave's samples in a blind. All four of these I think are great. So we're gonna let Kim select what she likes best and which one she would put in a cocktail without knowing what they are. But you, our loyal audience, will see what she's drinking as she drinks it. So you'll know and I know. So let's have some fun with Mike and Kim, and we're doing a blind, but this time she's in the hot seat.
Oh my.
So if you'll hand me my book and my pencil over there, I'll keep score for you.
Great. It's like a test.
So we've got water to cleanse our palate in between. We've got four, they're all bourbons, I believe. 4 bourbons, they're all 100 proof or less. So
Well, that's good.
No high strength stuff.
That's good.
Some of them you have tasted before, because you know I'm always bringing down bourbons and I haven't tasted.
That doesn't mean a darn thing.
So A, B, C, and D, and they match mine, A, B, C, and D. So we're gonna have them together, and you can start whichever direction you want. Kim, you A, B, C, and D. It doesn't matter which side you start with. It's your choice.
Disclaimer, I know nothing.
So you're gonna start
All I
with,
know is whether I like it or not.
you're gonna start with glass A, and I have glass A here.
I'm not crazy about the way that smells. That's an evil laugh.
Oh, there's a little bit of a story behind this one. Cheers.
That's a pucker city.
Well, this is, I won't tell you the name of it, but it is 97 proof. It's actually the least proofy.
The least proofy.
The least proofy. All the other 3 are 100. I said 100 or lower. I didn't say by how much.
I'm not too fond of that.
Now, would you say it's a young bourbon or an old bourbon?
To me, it's about as old as old. No,
Yes,
just
that's old
like
socks.
old.
Old socks.
Yeah.
And
I would say it's a young bourbon.
okay, remember that. You're seeing on the screen now what she was drinking.
Only because it's really alcohol-y.
Now keep in mind that she's not an expert at all on bourbon or whiskey. Yeah. So cut her some slack in the comments. But you think it tastes, it doesn't taste mature. It tastes,
I don't like it.
You don't like it, so it's young.
Oh goodness, this is gonna be a long night. Oh, let's move on. Let's see if I can come back with some better thoughts.
Well, let's try
B.
B. This one is actually pretty new on the market. Oh, that's good.
It is?
I like that one. I have 2 bottles of this in a different version. I like this one.
I'm not too crazy about that one either. Are these going to get better?
Maybe. Well, keep in mind, you get to pick the one you're going to put with 7-Up and ice if you don't like any of them neat. So you still have to, in your mind, figure out which ones you like the best. So go through all 4 and then you can start
Clearly, I'm not a connoisseur.
clearing out. So glass C. Oh, this one is one of my new favorites.
This one I like better. It's I'm trying hard to. It's not as alcohol-y, kind of strong tasting. Not necessarily proof, but just that alcohol flavor that you get. It's not as, it doesn't seem to have as much complexity of flavor, but it's not super strong. It doesn't seem to me.
This one, you won't know it by the clue I'm giving you, is actually a 4-grain. Most bourbons are 3 grains, corn, rye, malted barley. This actually has a 4th grain in it, which is usually wheat.
Okay.
So you like that one the best so far?
It's better.
It's better? Okay, well, we actually got better, didn't we? All right, so now we're on
the
to
D.
glass D.
You know, I don't mess around. Let's just do it.
This one I filled more than the other ones. I must like it the best.
I got to say, you gave me 4 bourbons, and none of them are the kinds that I like.
I told you I picked 4 I like. That one is a single barrel. And it's not as good as my single barrel. Because single barrels can vary a little bit from barrel to barrel. And I tell you, my single barrel is actually better than that one. It's still delicious, but it just goes to show you they are different from barrel to barrel.
Well, let me just say, I'm not running to the store for any of these.
Well, a couple of them you'd be hard to find, and if you did, you better get out your wallet.
Well, I've always said I was a cheap date.
A couple of them are not cheap at all. And if you're seeing this on the screen, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, then tell me this. What's the most expensive one, just right off the top of your head, you think?
2 of them are allocated.
Probably the first 2.
No, actually. Well,
No?
the glass A and glass D are allocated. Those are the most expensive. And it depends on where you would get them from. I've seen glass A as much as $300. She doesn't like it.
Sorry.
Oh, so glass A is in 4th place.
I think so.
I know someone is spitting in their grave right now.
The only way I can really tell is just to go at them quickly.
Now, I'll give you a clue in a minute and you'll know what glass A is.
They're all very similar.
They are? Get some water. I thought they were all entirely different. But you don't drink bourbon like I do. You took that one off the podium and you're going back. She's not sure, folks.
I'm going to check them real quick.
A Glass A is a bourbon, but it's produced a little differently.
With fire.
Oh, I've been waiting for this show. I should have done this a long time ago. I actually like Glass A.
Woo.
I think Glass A is pretty rich, but it...
Define rich.
It viscous, coats the palate.
It's definitely 4.
Okay.
Oh.
So Glass A is definitely in 4th place.
Whew, yeah.
Oh, this could be my best video yet.
Okay. So we thought before this was the second. Let's see.
Yeah. That's also unallocated like Glass A. And completely different from A. Night and day difference.
You know, I always find too that the first sip of anything I don't like, even the ones I like, I don't like that first sip.
Well, it's the first alcohol of the day too. Sometimes that can
Maybe
affect
this
you.
week.
What?
Maybe this week.
Maybe this week? She obviously doesn't have a bourbon channel. She doesn't drink when she quilts. Although that would make for some interesting looking quilts, I think.
They all have the same burn.
Well, they're all about, like I said, now that you're down to these 3, these are all 100 proof. They may not taste like it, but they're all exactly the same proof.
There's definitely a difference in color. This one's redder. These are more orangey.
As far as I know, this one was the oldest.
It sure didn't taste like it.
It's the oldest of the 4, as far as I
Did
know.
they throw a little gasoline in there or something before they sell it?
D isn't age stated, but generally what I know about it, it's probably
It smells the best. I just don't like the way it tastes.
probably a little bit younger, maybe a year or 2 younger. Not much.
All 3 of these. No. These 2 smell very similar.
Oh, that's interesting. And they're all from different distilleries too. None of them are from the same distillery. Two of them could be considered craft distilleries, I think, based on their volume.
Okay. Honestly, I can't tell that much difference between the 3.
Well, you're going to have to pick what's the one you like the least. What's going to be in 3rd place? You have to choose. You know, it's like that blue pill or red pill. You have to choose.
I think this one is the one I like the best. I think.
Okay.
They taste the same.
Well, I can't help you there. I mean, every palate's different. You're not going to like the same thing I like. So, you got to...
Okay.
We're running out of time. You have to make a 3rd.
Okay, I'm going to say 4th, 3rd, 2nd.
Okay, well, what you do that.
What? 4th, 3rd,
Don't put that out as far.
2nd.
And this is the one.
Yeah. Now that's B.
Okay.
And let me tell you, those 3, they all taste the same to me. And I think my lips are numb.
I would agree with your fourth place. I think it's good, but I like the other three better. So my Glass A is also fourth place. Actually, the single barrel Glass D, which is a surprise, I thought it would be my first place, is my third place. So
We agree?
Glass D is third for me.
So we agree on those two?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what it should taste like. It's not as good as my single barrel. And then I like Glass B, but not as much as Glass C.
So you like the C the best?
C is that 4 grain. I just think that's delicious. Make sure of it.
Well,
oh,
now when we come back to those two, that one's a little
I'm
more...
changing.
That's a little more bitter than this.
Yeah, I'm changing. I'm sorry. I'm now going to, after tasting it again, side by side. Glass B is first for me. C is second. These are so close. Crazy close.
So we agree on B?
B is in first place for me. B is in first place for you.
Yeah.
And that's one that I've tasted, but not this particular one. This particular one's an 8-year.
My lips, no lie, are numb.
So, all right.
What do we got?
Fourth place, surprise you, Jack Daniel's 10-year-old whiskey batch 02.
I'm not a real
97
big fan
proof.
of Jack Daniels at all anyway.
Well, you are if you add Coke to it. I tried the 12 the other day, wasn't impressed. I'm kind of torn. This 10 is pretty good. It's better than the 12 I had the other day. It's kind of funny. Everyone says the 12 is better, but I actually liked this 10 better than the 12 I had the other day.
So that's the fourth.
Yeah, Jack Daniel's was in fourth place.
Ugh.
So your third place
Sorry,
was...
Jack.
Your third place was what? It's on the
D.
D. Oh, this is going to inflame a lot of people. Colonel E.H. Taylor single barrel 100 proof. I've had all these bottles were brand new. I mean, they wasn't like partial of something else. They all got opened up at the same time. But this single barrel is not as good as that single barrel I've got right over there. And not as good as my small batch. That single barrel is wonderful. This wasn't as good. It disappointed me, so that was your third, which was also my third. Well, that's interesting. Our tastes are more alike than we think. Does that mean we tied everything? I think we did.
I think we did.
All right. Second place was Glass C for you. That was the 4 grain, the Hard Truth Sweet Mash 4 grain bourbon. This is the cheapest of them. Bottled in bond, about $60, give or take. And I've got one on the shelf. I love it. I had it in first place, then I switched because I just love the richness of Glass B, is it? Yeah. So you actually like Glass B the best?
Yeah, but I'm not real crazy about any of them.
Well, Glass B was the new riff, aged 8 years bourbon whiskey, 100 proof. It's pretty new out on the market. In fact, I have a few bottle shops that just announced they've gotten in some stock of it. It's everyone's looked at. I'm a big fan of the bottled in bond and their single barrel. So this is their 8-year. I think it's the oldest new riff I've seen, and typically new riff doesn't really get into age statements. So this is hard to find right now, a little pricey, but probably second cheapest.
Give me that thing over there. the winter. Yeah. Yeah.
So now you're going to try it in 7-Up and see how you like it. I actually think you might like it pretty good because it's got a nice rich flavor that won't get diluted too bad. The 4-grain, I would never mix it with anything. I think it would ruin the taste.
Well, I would say your taste and my taste are different, but apparently we matched. So.
Like I said, I almost picked the 4-grain, even though I knew I was going like, oh man, that new riff. It just side by side, it beat the hard truth. But I mean, it was a photo finish. What do you think now? Would you drink that over some of your other favorites, the Cooper's Craft?
No.
So you actually, in a cocktail, Cooper's Craft or regular old Buffalo Trace beats it.
Or even the Green River that we have.
The Green River?
The Buffalo Trace, the Cooper's Craft, the Green River, and the Chattanooga 111 are my favorites.
There you
the
go.
Chad 111, 111 being a little stronger, needs a little more complex flavor as a mixer.
If you don't know, she's talking about Chattanooga whiskey, the Cask 111. It is a great mixer. It's an affordable mixer. The whiskey comes through when you mix it. So it's really one of my favorite whiskeys to put in just about anything because for me, the proof comes through. It's not, for me, Buffalo Trace, it gets too diluted. It's not proofy enough. So for me, I actually prefer the 111 or something of that strength if I'm going to put it in a cocktail. Like you do with the ginger ale and the grenadine. That's a great drink.
And I always like a tall glass with double the soda or double the mixer and then just one shot, usually, of whatever liquor I'm having, regardless if it's rum, bourbon, tequila. Well, I just really don't drink tequila. Or vodka. Yeah. I prefer the taste of it, but I really am not all that interested in the alcohol of it. The taste, maybe the slight little cheerfulness and buzziness that you get from it, but that's it.
Yeah.
I'm done at that point.
I think, now people would probably poo-poo on me about this. I think it's great and neat, but I'm a big fan of a good old-fashioned. I don't like putting cheap bourbon in an old-fashioned because old-fashioned's got such simple ingredients to it. I want the bourbon to come through, even though it's a little sweeter.
That would probably be good.
This would, I think, make a killer old-fashioned. I'm going to have to try it.
This is better, but the lemon lime and the 7-Up doesn't add any sweetness.
Yeah.
So, and if it had a little bit of sweetness, it would be spot on.
Well, what do you think of your first blind? This is the first time we've ever done this with you.
Well, it was quite an experience.
She might have to go and lay down on the couch now because...
I don't think I really drank that much.
So, we hope this little switcheroo, something a little different for our happy hour. Thirsty Thursday
it's gonna
happy hour.
Happy hour now.
It is happy hour. We got a lot of whiskey out here to got to drink.
We do.
So, well, Kim, I'll let you close the show since you're in the hot seat.
What do I say?
Well, you say, thanks for coming. Please like this video, comment, and share.
Oh, I could do that. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And be sure to consider subscribing so we can bring you more content every week here at Bourbon Riders.
Fantastic. And as I always say, never drink and drive. Please drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time on Happy Hour with Mike and Kim.
Cheers.
Cheers.